Suspense is the quality in a story that makes readers ask, what's going to happen next? Or how will this turn out? Such questions compel them to keep reading. Suspense increases when a reader's curiosity is combined with anxiety about the fate of a likable, sympathetic character. Thus, in old serial movies, often appropriately called cliffhangers, a strong element of suspense was created at the end of each episode by leaving the hero hanging from the edge of a cliff or the heroine tied to railroad tracks with express train rapidly approaching. In murder mysteries, often called whodunits, the main element of suspense is the reader's desire to know who committed the murder. In love stories, the reader wants to know if the boy will win the girl or if the lovers will be reunited. In more literary forms of fiction, the suspense often involves not so much the question what as the question why. Not what will happen next, but why is the protagonist behaving this way? How is the protagonist's behavior to be explained in terms of human personality and character? The forms of suspense range from crude to subtle and may involve not only actions but psychological considerations and moral issues as well. Writers use two common devices to create suspense. They introduce an element of mystery, an unusual set of circumstances for which the reader craves an explanation, or they place the protagonist in a dilemma, a position in which he or she must choose between two courses of action, both undesirable. But suspense can readily be created for most readers by placing anybody on a 17-story window ledge, or simply by bringing together two attractive, sexy young people. Suspense is usually the most important criterion for good commercial fiction. Unless a story makes us want to keep reading it, it can have little merit. In literary fiction, however, suspense is less important than other elements the author uses to engage the reader's interest. Such a story may be amusing, well-written, morally penetrating, peopled by intriguing characters, or it may feature some combination of all these elements. One test of a literary story is to determine whether it creates a desire to read it again. Like a play by Shakespeare, a successful literary story should create an even richer reading experience on the second or third encounter, even though we already know what is going to happen, than on a first reading. By contrast, when an author creates suspense artificially, by the simple withholding of vital information for instance, readers will feel that the author's purpose is simply to keep them guessing what will happen next, not to reveal some insight into human experience. Either a commercial or a literary story could be written, for example, about the man on the 17th-story window ledge, but the literary story would focus less on whether the man will jump than on the psychological factors and life experiences that brought him to the ledge in the first place. The commercial story would keep us asking what happens next. The literary story will make us wonder why do things happen as they do, or what is the significance of this event.
Academy.